Hello everyone, welcome to my series on English grammar. Many students do not know how to change a direct speech into indirect form. Do you know how to change statements, questions, imperatives, exclamations, and optative sentences into indirect form? Some students requested me through comment that I should make a video on direct and indirect speech because the exams are approaching and they need guidance. So children, this video is for you and it will definitely solve your problem. It will clear your concepts and this is part 2. Okay, part 1, if you have not watched it yet, do watch it because it is very useful for you. It will give you information how to change a direct speech into an indirect speech. In part 1, I discussed how to change statements, questions into indirect speech. I also discussed the rules, the basic rules, how to change tenses, how to change pronouns, how to change the words of time and distance. So, do watch both the parts, and this is Rekha Sharma. So, let's start the video. In this video, I will discuss what are imperatives, what are exclamations, and what are optative sentences, and how to change them into indirect speech. First of all, I take imperatives. Imperatives means imperative sentences. First of all, you should know what do they mean. What do imperatives mean? Imperatives mean those sentences which express request, command, advice, order, etc. These verbs are used for ordering, requesting, and advising the listener to do or not to do something. Means giving instructions. Imperatives are also used for giving instructions, invitations, permission, making a wish, or making an apology. See the sentences and tell me what do they refer to. Come to lunch today. It is an invitation. Take sweets if you like. It means you are giving permission. Have a nice day. You are making a wish. Sorry, excuse me. You are making apology. How to change the imperative sentence into an indirect form? So when we change an imperative sentence into indirect form, we use the reporting verbs. We change said to or said into commanded, advised, ordered, warned, suggested, requested, regretted, refused, persuaded, as per the sense of the sentence, as per the situation. Now, request. Please help me. It shows request. Work hard. Your exams are approaching. This is advice. Get out of the class. Order. March on. Command. The commander commanded the troop. March on. So, when we change these sentences into indirect form, the rules we follow, first of all, no use of that or if, whether. We don't use that, if, whether. So remember that. What we use as a connective, to or not to plus first form of the verb. We don't use that, we don't use if, we don't use whether. We use to plus first form in affirmative sentence, not to plus first form in negative sentence. So see that. Example, the master said to the servant, get out. So is it request or order? Order. This is order. The master ordered. So we have converted said to into ordered. The servant to or that. That is not used. So to is correct. To infinitive will be used and the first form of the verb to get out. You won't write to got out. Children generally make mistake. They use to went, to wrote. They don't know the difference. After to, always write first form of the verb, that is to write, to go. Okay, that is correct. Next example, Ram said to his brother, do not tear the page of the book. Now here Ram does not want that his brother should tear the page. So Ram forbid. When you don't allow anyone, you don't permit anyone, so you use the verb forbid. Forbid his brother, and do not will be converted into not to tear the page of the book. I have told you just now, do not will be converted into not to in negative sentences. Okay. Don't touch the wire. You must have read a notice. Don't touch the wire. Don't go inside. Such kind of instructions are there. Okay. So what did the notice say? The notice is giving a warning, So we will be changing the reporting verb into warn. The notice warn and don't will be changed into not to touch the wire. The notice warn not to touch the wire. Okay. Second one, I won't go to your party. I'm not interested. I am not well. Whatever it is. So you are refusing or accepting the invitation. You are declining the invitation. You are refusing or declining. Okay. So what did she say? She refused to go to her party. Save trees, save environment. What did the teacher say? The teacher advised the students to save trees, to save environment. So I hope the meaning is clear. The first sentence is giving warning. The second sentence, refusal. And the third sentence, advice, So accordingly, we have changed the reporting verbs. Now, imperatives with let. Let means to suggest, to allow, to propose, to request, order, advise. We also use to let or allow in indirect speech when we give permission. Okay. So here imperatives with let. He said to Mohan, let us go to library, or let's go to library. Okay. So what is made here? Suggestion. He is suggesting, he is proposing. Okay. Proposal is there. Suggestion is there. So both way correct. He suggested or proposed Mohan, not Manish, Mohan, that. Now here you will be using that. Remember this. In suggestion or proposal, you will be using that, not to. Okay. That. Then we'll be making changes in pronoun. Us will be converted into they. They should go to library. Us is plural. So what is the plural of he? That is they. That's why. And let is converted into should. Remember this. Let is converted into should. The principal said to the peon, let the parent come in. Okay. The principal said to will be converted into ordered. Ordered the peon. Now here we will be writing to let. We may write because we are giving permission. So to let, to allow the parent come in. So that is correct. And the same sentence can be written in different way. What is this? The principal told the peon that, now using that also, that the parent might be allowed to come in. So, might be, okay. Might be allowed to come in. So, if we use that, in that case, we'll be using might be allowed. And if we are not using that, we are using infinitive, then to let the parent come in. So, don't be confused. Next important sentences are exclamations. What are exclamations? The sentences which express strong feelings of mind. What kind of strong feelings? Joy, delight, disgust, sorrow, surprise, wonder, we can say, relief, etc. Exclamations usually become statements when they are converted into indirect speech. They express a state of joy, sorrow, wonder. Okay, these are the three main emotions mentioned. Now, what kind of reporting verbs? How would we change reporting verbs? If you find exclamations, ah, ha, hooray, then it means joy is expressed. So, you will be converting said to into exclaimed with joy. If you find ah, alas, so exclaimed with sorrow. If you find oh, what, how, so exclaimed with surprise. If you find sorry, exclamation, so exclaimed with regret. If you find pooh, then exclaimed with contempt, hatred. If you find bravo, then the reporting verb will be changed into applauded with sing. When we change exclamations into indirect form, we use that. Remember this. If we find what or how in the direct speech, they will be changed into very or great. Okay, what a fall. It was a great fall. How surprising. It was very surprising. So, no exclamatory words like hooray, sorry, what, how, bravo, they are used. You have to remove them because their meaning is expressed through reporting verb. And exclamation sign, you also remove exclamation sign when you change direct into indirect. In indirect speech, no exclamation sign will be used. You will be putting a full stop. Examples. Meera said, "What a beautiful dress." Meera exclaimed with joy or wonder also, you may say. And then we'll be using that connective. And then when you find such kind of sentence, so you begin with it. It was a very beautiful dress. What a beautiful dress. It was a very beautiful dress. You may also write very, or you may also delete it also, because beautiful itself is giving you complete meaning. But if you write very, then also it won't be wrong. Okay. He said, "Hooray, I have won the first prize." He exclaimed with joy that he had won the prize. The verbs, the pronouns will be changed as usual. Okay. They will be changed in all sentences when they are changed into indirect form. So you have to remember tenses, pronouns, and the words of time and place. They are necessary to be changed. If you forget to change, if you don't change verb, if you don't change pronoun, your sentence will be wrong. Next important sentence is optative sentences. What are optative sentences? Those sentences which express prayer, wish, they usually begin with me. So remember that they usually begin with me. May you live long. We wish or pray. May the soul rest in peace. Okay, we are praying here. So How do you know that this is an optative sentence? Because optative sentences begin with me generally, but sometimes they don't take me, but me is hidden there. It is there, but it is hidden or understood. Okay. So the reporting verb said or said to be changed into wished, prayed, cursed also. And conjunction that is used. I said to my son, may God bless you. I wished or prayed that is also used. God might bless him. Okay? Or in place of him, you may write my son also. Both are correct. She said, long live the king. See that this sentence, may is hidden here. May the king live long. Okay? But we can also say, long live the king. So, may is hidden there. So, when we change it, she prayed or wished that the king might live long. Because may is there, it is hidden, but it will be changed into indirect form. Past tense of may is might. Can is could. So, learn those changes in tenses, changes in pronouns, learn them. I have given chart in my part 1 video, okay? The video on part 1. So you please watch it and learn. Optative sentences express, we have already discussed. Now the next example. There are many sentences which you don't know how to change, so I have included all. He said, thank you. So, when you find this sentence, it will be changed into, he thanked me. He said, good luck. He wished me luck. He said, congratulations. He congratulated me. Now, see this sentence. He said, can you drive? That is yes or no question. And then answer no. So, two things together. So, first part will be changed according to yes or no question. He asked me if I could drive. We use if. And after if, always remember subject. If plus subject plus verb. So, this is the structure you have to follow. If I could drive. Okay, then I said no. So, no will be converted into could not. Remember this. You won't write no. You will write if, because you will use the verb according to the first part of the sentence, that is question, and it begins with can. So, in answer, it will be could not. Okay. More examples. She said to her sister, will you help me? And I said yes. The first sentence was it was negative, and this is affirmative. She asked her sister if she would help, because yes or no question, help her, and she said that she would. So yes will be answered into she would. Remember that. I said, come here, friends. So, according to the rule, come is converted into go. But it is not suitable everywhere. I called my friends. Instead of saying, I asked my friend to go there, instead of saying this, the correct form is, I called my friends. So, if you say, I asked my friend to go there, it would be something unnatural, awkward. So, the better sentence is, I called my friends. More examples. She said to me, you ought to pay taxes. What is expressed here? Advice. Okay. So, imperative sentence. So, she advised me to pay taxes. She said to me, you must pay taxes regularly. See the modal auxiliary, ought to, and now must. I told you, ought to expresses moral obligation or advice, or must necessity. Okay. So, when you find must, then the reporting verb will be changed. Here it will be warned, warning. She warned me to pay the taxes regularly. More sentences. She said they could come tomorrow. She said that, it's simple statement. She said that they won't be changed. Why? Because it is a third person pronoun. I gave you that rule, son, son, 1, 2, 3. This was the trick formula which will help you to use the pronouns correctly. First you understand this. S stand for subject, O stand for object, N stand for no change. Okay. 1 stand for first person pronoun, that is I and we. 2 stand for second person pronoun, that is you. And 3 stand for third person pronouns, he, she, it, they. So what is the connection between S1, O2? What is the connection? S1 means the first person pronouns I or we will be changed according to subject. Subject of what? The reporting clause. So she is the subject of the reporting clause. And you pronouns will be changed according to the object of the reporting clause. So I will give you some other sentence, and in which you will see when I give you one example. She said to her friend, you should work hard. Okay. So here you is referring to friend, means object. Object comes after verb. Remember this. And subject comes before verb. So don't be confused. And you have to match these pronouns with the subject and object of the reporting clause. Okay. So in third person pronouns, no change in third person pronouns. So they remain the same. So here they is third person pronoun. So you won't change it into I or you. You won't change it. And could also modal auxiliary, they won't change. They won't be changed. So could will remain the same. They could come tomorrow, means next day. So if you say she said that they could come the next day, that is also correct. But the same sentence can be expressed in different way. The second way is she said that they would be able to come the next day. Could is converted into would be able. So this is also correct, and it is showing future ability. Mohan said, when I was young, I could eat whatever I liked. Whenever your direct speech begins with when, that is your adverb clause, yani time clause. So in that sentence, the past tense or the past continuous tense, there will be no change. You won't change was or were into had been in this sentence. Otherwise they are changed according to rule. But here when there is a time clause, there will be no change in was or were. They will remain the same. So Mohan said, when I was young, I could eat whatever I liked. Mohan said that when he was young, I did not make any change in was. He could eat whatever he liked. So was allowed. In place of could, you may also write was allowed to eat whatever he liked. So both verbs are correct. Past tenses sometimes remain unchanged when the time clause is there in the direct speech. Okay. Same rule, the past or past continuous tenses in time clauses do not normally change. Remember this. She said, when we were studying. Again, time clause begins with when. We were studying, past continuous tense. So she said that when they were studying, pronouns will be changed but no change in verb. Remember this. Now choose the correct option in the following sentence. The nurse inquired how she is or was. Because inquired is past tense, reporting verb is in the past tense. So the verb of the reported speech or reported clause will also be changed into past tense. So is wrong, was is correct. Multiple choice questions. CBSE has announced that term 1 test, children will be getting MCQs. Okay. So see this example. The teacher said to the students, work hard or you will fail. Now, what is expressed here? The teacher advised the students, okay? The teacher advised the students to work hard or they would fail, okay? will be changed into would, and they, I told you, you according to the object, this is object and this is subject. Okay, so you will be changed according to object, and students plural number, so it will be converted into they. The teacher requested the students that work hard or they will fail. So which option is correct? The first option is correct, and this is wrong because it is not a request, it is advice. Second, they will fail, that is wrong. Will should be changed into would, and that we don't use that in this sentence. I said to my sister, please give me your pen. Now tell me, what is expressed? Request or advice? Which one is correct? Request is correct because please shows request. So I requested my sister to or that, because this is a imperative sentence. So that won't be used here. To is correct, to give me her pen. I said, let's go for a walk. Now let's, imperative with let's. Okay. So here proposal or suggestion, not request. So suggestion is correct. I suggested that they should go, they or we, because let us, first person pronoun. So when you change first person pronoun with I is also first person. So it will remain the same. The plural is we. So they is wrong. So we should go for a walk. Thank you so much, children, for watching this video. Watch part 1, 2. Then you will follow this video, because in part 1 I discussed about tenses, how to change tenses, how to change pronouns. I gave you chart also, so you learn them. And children, if you like the videos, if your concepts are clear, so do like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much.